My dear viewers, beginning today is the official Alliteration Gaming Patreon and channel members. Throughout my Patreon, we've got quite a few tiers you can check out in order to gain special perks and even commission videos that you'd like to see me upload onto the channel. Every tier includes a shout out on my supporter card at the beginning of all of my videos, along with the benefits of the tier itself. Following that, you can now also join the Alliteration Nation by becoming a channel member on the YouTube side of things. Pledging your subscription here as a member of the channel is going to grant you the same shout out on my supporter card as all the Patreon tiers do, as well as access to the members only channel on my Discord. You'll gain a member badge that will level up as you stay subscribed and access to my exclusive emotes when I stream on YouTube. If you're interested in checking out the Patreon, I'm going to have the link in the description and in the pinned comment down below, as well as the link to my Discord should you want to join that as well. And if you want to become a channel member, the big beautiful join button is front and center on my homepage right here. And if you do decide to support the channel in any way whatsoever, know that I am unimaginably grateful, and I can't wait to provide you with even more top-notch content at my trademark top speed. Additionally, it's time for the return of the referral code. If you're new here and you're just getting into the game, you've got to make an account on the Universe's gaming network. When you're signing up, you can use my exclusive referral code Alliteration to let Jasco know that I brought you on board, which directly supports me and my work. Having an account on the UGN site is going to allow you to sign up for tournaments, participate in events, locate stores that support the game near you, and much, much more. Playing in events and or mailing in pack wrappers is actually going to accrue loyalty points onto your account, which you'll then be able to redeem for exclusive promo cards in the mail for absolutely free. An account on here is an integral part of playing this game, so make sure you sign up and you use my code Alliteration to help me continue doing what I love. I would really appreciate the support. You guys absolutely killed it on the last one with all of the signups, and I am really excited to run it back with you all. Now, let's get on to the video. Good evening, my dear viewers, and welcome to another Alliteration gaming video. My name's Levi, and it's another Wednesday, which means it's time for another Wealthy Aspirations. For those of you not in the know, this is our weekly Market Watch series where I go pluck a handful of cards off a TCG player, and we go over them one by one and talk about why I think they're interesting and noteworthy in the market right now. Maybe they're too expensive, maybe they're too cheap, maybe they're going to be changing and fluctuating really soon. Either way, that's what we're here to figure out. We do this series every week, so if you want to be a part of the Wealthy Aspirations clan, the Market Watch family, make sure you hit the subscribe button to catch the series every week, and even consider joining the Discord server, because I got a Wealthy Aspirations channel where we all talk about a ton of cool things happening in the market. With that being said, let's kick off this with, of course, Vial season again, guys. This one just cannot stop getting bought out. Keeps getting its way all the way back to 30 bucks one way or another, and the sales are reflecting that as well, selling very consistently at 25 and even a little above. If you have Vial seasons, this could be a really good time to get at least 25 bucks for them. If you don't have them, I do think you could wait for maybe something more around the $20 range, but truly, that's just up to you. Twisted Azure Inferno, in a similar vein, talked about this one a lot recently, but it's also keeps finding its way out of the $12-15 range and all the way back up into the 20s. And again, the sales data is reflecting that. They keep coming back into the market, but they also keep selling like hotcakes. So it's also very possible that 20 bucks is kind of just a new norm for this card, and we might not be able to see it fall its way back into the prices of old. Next up is a really funny buyout, guys, and that's One with Nature. The regular One with Natures are almost completely dried up and is asking $7-8 bucks for a single rare. For context, the XR is almost just expensive, around $9 bucks, which is pretty funny, and you can see that a lot of them have been getting snapped up lately. If you have One with Natures lying around, guys, dig them out, because I don't think it's unrealistic to start asking $4 or $5 bucks for this card. Kind of like how a lot of the OG set 1 rares, stuff like, you know, Home Run Comets, 1.3s, even Back Alley Haymakers in set 2, some rares can really just warrant like a $5 price pretty easily. I remember when Hardened Chop and Heroic Lineage were like $8 to $10 bucks for just the longest time, because staple cards are staple, guys, and with a card so much on the rise like One with Nature, pretty much being played in every single top deck ever, as long as you're on these symbols, it's definitely starting to earn that status. Another really funny buyout that someone pointed out to me in the Discord is the regular Binding Cloth Precisions got pretty much bought out. They're just all totally gone, and now people have listed a couple for $15. Just go buy the trial deck if you really want them, or if you want, just go buy the starter deck XR for $4. This is not anything to actually really write home about, just something really funny that I wanted to notice. I'm being blamed blamed for this one because I'm a Racerhead build. Sorry guys, all punches is the way now. Don't look at me when these weapons get bought out. Next up, Fierce Whirlwind's XR has been bought out. This one is pretty much out of nowhere. There's a bunch listed for 15 and up. It was like $2 pretty much forever in the past, ever since it came out. I don't think there's any really rhyme or reason to this one going up. There's been some death lists that Unfun Stuff has been playing a lot that really like to make use of this card as a tech piece, but overall, this is not breaking the meta anytime soon, and it's kind of just something to take note of. If you've got a bunch of these lying around, you might be able to get a decent little price for them now. Next up is going to be one that hasn't done anything too crazy yet, but I do want y'all to watch out for, and that's Texas Smash. Texas Smash has historically been a lot cheaper than $8 or $9, so even it reaching this price is definitely something to like be worthy of. It's certainly been more around, you know, the $4 or $5 range in the past, and the biggest thing here is that there's only a few of those for $8, and then they start entering $12 and $15 ranges, and this is pretty much the same situation as when we checked out Meteor Shower a couple weeks back, and it like almost instantly got bought out the second the Wealthy Aspirations went up. This is just, again, another ultra rare from set 1 that is starting to dwindle in quantities that are around, and people are really starting to play a lot more. I mean, it's always been the biggest cornerstone of the punch package. A lot of people are picking up the all symbol punch decks. If you're playing Ojiro, you need this card on the Earth symbol. Earth is still just one of the strongest things around. All in all, there's just a lot of stars aligning to make Texas Smash even more played than it was before. Next up, another one in kind of the meme category here is the Regional License Exam promo Midoriya 1. Got more or less bought out. This one's been extremely cheap for a long time, but then you can see as of Tam making top cuts with Deku 1 in the Oceanic RLE. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them all got bought out around $40-50, and now people are asking a little bit more of them on this one sitting left here for $70. This is just kind of really funny. Unfortunately, if you randomly want an RLE Midoriya 1 now, it might cost you a pretty penny more than it did in the days of old, but just a really funny highlight, and big shout outs to Tam for making such an awesome run with the character in the RLE. Speaking of that RLE, Ojiro 2 is the king, and prices are continuing to reflect that as well because rapid punches do not exist anymore. We have one listing with 4 of them, and it's for the non-foil unlimited ones. This is kind of crazy, man. The fact that you can get this for redemption, I mean, it's obviously been like, you know, kind of snap bought out, right? You know, another 8 got picked up, and then it just kind of dwindled from there. And I'm sure we're going to see some more restock pretty soon. At the same time, though, this card just feels like it's been popping up everywhere, even without hardened barrages. So many decks are opting to play rapid punches just as a 5-low for 4 that on hit draws a card. It's very good. It's got 3 extremely relevant keywords, and it's really just a bit. It's just been an all-star from the set 3 card pool. And as a promo, even when it's something you can redeem, man, if this one happens to go out of stock on redemption, this price could get even scarier, guys. So I would go redeem for some rapid punches ASAP, and if you can find some, if you really want the foil copies and you can find them for a reasonable price, I would not be afraid to jump on them as well. Next up, we're going to talk about another punch, and that's Valiant Assault. Man, for a Quirk Pack card, Valiant Assault has been holding $20 really consistently, and it's been selling at that as well, even for a little more in some cases. A lot of people, I mean, look at all these from just like the last like couple weeks or so, man. This is so many of these being sold across TCG Player, so many of them still holding that $20 price point. This is just a really big card in the meta right now. The all punch decks are seeing a ton of popularity on characters like Eraserhead, like All Might 3, and of course the good symbol punch decks that have been around since the beginning of the game also still need this card a ton. It's just a really big player in those decks right now, and I don't think that fans of those decks are going anywhere anytime soon. So Valiant Assault is a fantastic card to own right now, and if you don't own them yet and really want to play these good or all punch decks, this is just the entry price point for that deck now, guys. Speaking of entry level price points, guys, we're just going to talk real quick about Chivalrous Competitor again. We've talked about this so much recently, I'm not going to really spend a long time on it, but man, this card is still $20-30. It's been selling for a ton at 25, at 27, at 30. The price point of it being 30 has really not slowed down whatsoever. People are still willing to pay more than 20, so I think it's going to continue to hold these prices, guys. This card is really just one of the most aggressively meta dependent cards as a promo card that is not redeemable. It's a lot of stars aligning for this one to be so expensive, and it still just does not look like it's getting any cheaper anytime soon. And if anything, it's probably only going to get more expensive. I would not be surprised to see 30 become the new norm very, very quickly, even though it only just recently became 20. Continuing with the Quirk Pack card extravaganza, the last thing I want to talk about is a refreshing slice. This one has also seen some really interesting price action. We've got a bunch of them here at 20 bucks, and it's been selling for around the $15 to $20 range too. You know, a lot of them for 10, 12, a lot of them for 15, 16, 17. Way different from its price action when the set first came out, really selling very consistently for 4, 5, 6, 7 bucks, something like that. It was a very sub $10 card, but it looks like that's changing quite a lot. People are starting to catch on to how good this card really is, and I think a lot of people are also starting to play decks with this card a lot more. Pretty much all of the death decks, death is a really popular symbol right now. All of the death decks are going to want to tech this card. There's a couple water decks that really love playing this card, and decks like Evil Innsmouth, Evil Endeavor, fantastic interactions with this card, just letting you extend plays a lot. Just a really key player right now, and there's really not anyone that doesn't want to be teching at least a couple copies of a refreshing slice, and so I think it's going to hold some pretty strong price action for a little while now. That's going to wrap up this week's Wealthy Aspirations. A lot of memes going on this week, a ton of very funny buyouts, but also a lot of really serious price action, and just in general a lot of things to consider right now, what ultra rares are really worth picking up and what ones you should be keeping an eye on. The promos do of course tend to be some of the most expensive and hard to get ones. Quirk Pack promos though, with these last couple sets, with Chivalrous being so crazy and now Valiant Assault and Refreshing Slice getting out of hand as well. As people start opening the sets less and less, these cards are just going to get harder to get, so when they're hardcore staples like these, it can really burn a hole in our wallets. That being said, if you enjoyed the video and or learned anything from it, guys, please leave me some nice feedback down below, and I would appreciate some support by the channel. You can hit the subscribe button to catch my videos every week. You can hit the join button to become a channel member, and of course, if you want to have some impact on the type of videos I make and commission some stuff from me, you can check out my Patreon link down below in the description and in the pinned comments. Above all else though, thanks just for making it to the end of this video, and I hope I can see you in the next one.